Hello, I'm Alan Condry. My speech today is about how online education is worse than the traditional classroom education. As a student who has experienced both online and traditional, I believe I can make a logical argument that traditional education is better than its counterpart online. The classroom education provides face-to-face interactions with instructors and peers, offers multiple types of learning for multiple different types of students, and can even give you majors and courses that aren't available online. Classroom education provides an audience who can critique and assist you in learning information, and even assist you with some courses, like effective speaking, which I find ironic to be taken online. It also gives you that face-to-face interactions with instructors and peers for questions and learning tips for the future, giving the student another guide to assist their learning. Now, when it comes to the learning types, no student is the same and never will be. A classroom setting is ideal for visual and hands-on learners who would like to learn by watching and doing at the same time. Now, online may be well enough to do verbal and audio, but it doesn't help with hands-on because you cannot teach that online. Even with the face-to-face context, this gives students the opportunity to ask questions and get an immediate response that you would not be able to in an online situation. With online classes, networking is one of the hardest things to do, as you are trying to get in contact with people who may not even be in your same city, state, or even in the same time zone or country. With online education, I do get that learning from home or anywhere else and improving yourself is all fine and dandy, but it cannot teach every type of class. Public speaking, home ec, or even a woodworking class. It would not be applicable to teach that online, as most of it is just trial and error. Because you cannot learn without failing at all. When it comes to woodworking, scoring a cut before making the cut would make a nice smoother cut, but you wouldn't know that unless someone taught you, or you had to go out yourself and find it. With public speaking, I find it better to speak in front of a crowd, surprisingly, than into a camera like I am doing now. But it's one of those things where trial and error is a thing. Now, with online classes, students have a much larger responsibility, and without even knowing that, they take that responsibility by accepting online classes. Because you need to plan your classes accordingly, maybe around work or some other situation. You're putting responsibility into students' hands, not knowing if they know what responsibilities are. They may be young students, they may be older students. You do not know. Because most online classes, they're just cookie cutter classes, just made to get the information to you and not teach it well enough as it is trying for you to teach yourself. And with some students, they can't teach themselves. They would like that guide. Now, personally, I am a visual learner, and I liked how a guide could help me with any mistakes or questions I had. On campus, I have peers that I can go to anytime, ask questions. I can ask my friends anything that they know. And it gives me that face-to-face interaction that I can't have with an online class. Because I know a face-to-face interaction is more memorable than a phone call or an email. In conclusion, traditional classes are best for students who want guides that will help them with their learning. As someone who's maybe just starting off with their education or maybe who just don't like that aspect. But ultimately, it is up to the student themselves. It is their choice to make in whatever they prefer. But I am just here to give you information on what I know and what I've experienced. Thank you.